Hey guys, this is me and George. George is going to review a game I played with a student recently. He's going to take a look at my student's moves. Let's say it's the same level as him, but the student's it's different how he thinks. So we'll see what George has to say about it. And there's some parts in the conclusion that I actually want to get to eventually. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, George, you're not yet on KGS?
1 second.
You bet. Something about this student, he's been playing Go for certainly less than 6 months. Let's say it's 5 months. But and George, you should have access. There you are, and giving you control. So this student has been learning very quickly because from the start he wanted to he really wanted to know. So he listened to what I had to say and he did what I said and he started shooting up. So he doesn't have much experience, but he's playing at the 1 to 3 dan level. So it's really interesting to see. Okay, George, take it away.
Do you want me to review from Black's perspective or White's perspective?
Check out his moves. I don't mind if you have something to say about mine, but it's anything interesting about his play? Do you think it's wrong, slow, excellent, whatever you think about it?
I guess this is a style thing, but I would probably play in the bottom right because of the direction of white stone.
It's a very small, subtle thing, but you're right. George is pointing out that there's a hole at E4, so playing in the bottom right gives us better access to that. And here, now the choice for black is to play inside white's area. If you played the other one, that wouldn't be the case. So it's a small strategic thing.
It's all pretty straightforward. Okay. This, I think, is played less these days, as far as I'm aware of. I know it means we can stretch one further on the bottom.
Right.
I don't think we have to play here, right? I guess especially because we have a lighter position than if we just connected to F4.
Yeah, we can walk away or play in the bottom right, which is in a sense walking away, but more than that, it's supporting our group from a distance. Yeah, very possible.
Yeah.
And of course, simply stabilizing the group is also possible.
So we could also approach, say, it's P3.
Right. Which plays away and supports the group.
Yeah.
And
I think this is fine.
It's perfectly fine. AI might say it's like, you're losing half a point. Like, it's not a big deal.
My only concern that I would have about this move is that perhaps this has some sensei value, perhaps.
Yeah. Black's going to respond to this 90% of the time. But go ahead and do that. Oh, do your thing, then we'll get back to it.
I was going to be considering this, but I think this is just too slow, right? I think we have to go one further.
Yeah, that's the idea. So black responds. Now, I didn't play this way because as white, what do you do next? Black's better. Are we going to play again? I'm not going to play again. If I'm not going to play again, then I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Now, if white was on the 4-4, then I am in relationship with my stone. Then it would become worthwhile. See what I'm saying?
Did you say if black played on the fourth line? No, if white was on the fourth line.
Okay, so I'm saying, well, first let's cover what you said. So if this is here, the extension, let's keep it fourth line, very solid, everything's wonderful. And if white plays here, we just ignore anyway. Very stable, wonderful group. Okay. Rather than now I don't remember what the rather than was. But here we extend one further. Okay. Now, if we make this exchange, I have this big gap, right? But I don't want to play there. It's too slow.
Yeah.
So if instead I was on the 4-4, now there's a reason for me to have exchanged because this is a useful white stone for me. I'm in a relationship, things are good, hard for black to abuse it. So yeah, here I would do it.
Okay.
But the way the game was, I didn't see it as useful. On the other hand, I didn't like black next playing something around A and building in Sente. So I decided on this move. What do you think about it?
I don't think I would think of it, to be honest. But I like the fact that it doesn't give black a good follow up. Like this is a small step.
Yeah, small step. Well, if I play it, it's some pretty good actual cash in Sente.
And I guess if you play here, it's not necessarily cached to this
Less
move, right?
cash, less everything. Yeah, not strong.
Yeah.
So I played a good, strong move with a future on both sides. I thought I liked it. I have a feeling it's a little slow, but I'm not convinced. I haven't. I should go over this game with AI.
But couldn't we say that as it's the early opening, we have a bigger fish to fry and we could play elsewhere? And if black plays here, black's playing on a small bottom part of the board.
But yes, except he's building his position in Sente.
True.
And this would need to be on the third line because here, if white comes under,
yeah,
yeah. I don't like this. Again, maybe I should, but this Sente,
I think I don't know. Black seems pretty low.
okay. What's white do?
Interesting to me.
Let's consider it a little bit. What's white's move?
I'm thinking about. I mean, we don't need to respond, I guess, but I guess the fact that black has this support here makes a pinch more powerful, right? So probably because of the support stone, we're more likely to respond.
You keep not putting the stone down, so I'll put it down. This exchange, holy cow! And let's do it right here. The bottom is getting out. This is huge, right? I hate this, which means I'm going to be playing here. And then black ignores. He got this for free. I don't like this. And if I come in, he can live in the corner. He can come out. He can do anything he wants. It's not, this is a perfectly valid position for black. And if I don't play it, he gets a great future. So you can see why I didn't like it, right?
Yeah.
Now, if we say, oh, I'll take all that for granted, but still, I'm going to play away because I love my future. Okay. I think black's future is too practical, so I stopped it. Okay, back to you.
This seems reasonable. There's no reason to respond on the bottom, of course. It's the bigger side of the board. I think I would play this as well because we're very strong as white in the bottom left-hand corner, so we want to push. We don't want to develop
this or the 3-3. Right?
Yeah.
This is the small side, so no.
Yeah. Okay. I would also think of pincing the stone. Because, as I said, because the bottom white group is so strong, we don't really want to play there. So I might consider some kind of pinch, something like this, perhaps.
And as a habit, if you're going to pinch, you have a reason, so make it a real pinch. So we pretty much only see the low type pinch nowadays. AI says, is there a reason not to do it? It's the most powerful, biggest.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes sense, right? So
Sure.
how do we decide this or black's move?
Well, we want to think of the width, I guess. Like, what is... Well, I like the fact that we have height. We have height here. One sec. We have height with this stone. So I think it's more valuable. I think the top side's more valuable because of that height we have in the top right-hand corner than on the left because of the settled white group.
Okay, so you're saying the top is bigger than the left.
I think so.
Therefore, play on top.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree, except for two things. First, your tone, which is, well, yeah, I think so. It seems that it's like, no, absolutely. The top is bigger.
Mm.
This little attitude difference is so powerful in an actual game.
Mm.
Confidence, and there's an actual proverb, confidence is worth two stones. Seriously. Okay. Next, it's still true without the height.
Mm.
The top is bigger than the left.
Yeah.
The left is noticeably smaller with the low settled group. There's no such thing on top, only stones that like to grow. And when you add the black's already there, then the pinch is like obvious.
Sure.
So now he knew this. This is a problem that a lot of people have. Well, I was thinking, I'm quoting him, and I'm quoting so many students I've had over the years. Well, I was thinking that if I played here first, then this would happen and I would get this anyway, right? Some rational, some excuse.
Mm.
So he did the excuse. And I said, so you have a reason for playing the smaller side. And he kind of paused and he was, well, yeah, but I was thinking, and he started in again on the excuses, saying, so are you playing on the smaller side or the bigger side? And it was like, no, he couldn't keep up the excuses. Like, yeah, I'm playing on the smaller side. Yeah, don't do that. I was like, okay, here you go. Now, he and I have dealt with this before, but it's such a trap. The smarter you are, the more you want to find your own way. To hell with, excuse my French, to heck with the principles. I want to find my own way. But this is simply bigger. Okay. Oh, I said a bad word. I'm really embarrassed now. Okay. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, because of that, this move came to mind. I don't know what you think of this move.
Yeah.
But
Makes perfect sense, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not practical.
Well, it's so worth talking about. So to put it more bluntly, we're talking about this move. The point is to settle, which, by the way, your move doesn't exactly. So I'm just simply putting it in a more obvious, plain way.
Yeah.
Okay. So since the top is so big, why don't I settle on top? Well, what's bigger, the corner or the side? Top side. Corners are bigger. Now, this is the move that gives him this incentive. This is, this is indeed way better for black. But if we force the issue, which is why we choose this Joseki, what's he going to do? There's no way for him to take the top that I can't just easily invade.
Mm.
So corner is bigger, just like the top is bigger than the left. The corner is bigger than the side.
Yeah, and I guess black is the only one with developmental, with possibilities to develop on the top side. And if we form a very solid group with your move, then black can't really do anything there, right? You take the corner, and because you have a very strong group, the top side is worse.
So if we try the tricky strategy, which we all try to do, and usually you learn your lesson, that's what usually breaks you out of 4 down into 5 down. When you finally get sick and tired of trying this against the stronger players, against 5 downs, 6 downs, it's eventually like, it's just not practical. So as an example, kick, well, that's a nice corner. Pinch, well, now that's another black corner, and it's like black's still getting all this profit. Why not just settle? And now where's his profit? This is equity, right? Okay, and he should just settle. Okay. That's the best black can do. And now he has Sente. Yeah, he got something, but he's going to get something anyway. Hopefully that made some sense.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you.
Come up. I often forget about this move. Perhaps it makes more sense here because we have this strong group in the bottom left. It puts a bit more pressure on the black group, right? So,
yeah,
imagining this kind of thing later, perhaps that has more value because we have the support on the bottom side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's very much. So for viewers, the basic idea is that if black has the A position, then white should be settling at, let's do it here. If black has the A position, white should settle at B. If white has the A position, white should be settling with C. To play C when black's got A, that's not a settled group. And as I settle, black's getting what he wants, rather than if that's a white position, black's not getting it. So this is in question for sure. So I don't recall why I played this. I might have played it as a test, like what's he going to do with this, which is something a student does with teacher does with students. It also may have just been a mistake. Anyway, back to you.
Oh, and this move just simply doesn't work, right?
Oh, this is Giuseppe, but it's long and complex and gives the corner to black, and I just didn't see it. I don't know it anyway.
This is the kind of move that could well be unnecessary, I think, and just helping white, I imagine, especially because white has this weakness here. Is that necessary? I don't think it's necessary to play there, just helping white.
So what should black do instead?
I think we can play away, right? Or play this move.
Well, let's say we don't want to be all aggressive and attack white.
Yeah.
Play something a little more straightforward. Okay. Viewers, check out this move oozing in practicality and points, versus black's move, helping a settled group. Wow, there is no comparison.
So a comparison between my move and which move?
His. Let's play out his move.
Okay.
Let's play it out. White, black, white. Okay. We see white having a very nice position, height, able to grow. Black's stable group got more stable and is facing white thickness. This exchange is better for white. Instead, black could have gotten a huge big corner. It's like this really big thing. And it's an example of, I mean, you see the Q players, they play moves and directions that are just unnecessary and they lose such value. Okay.
Okay, so black has Sente. Again, this is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, this can't be good as well. This is the same kind of problem, I think.
Yeah. Black's building in an area that's not good to build in.
Yeah.
And white's getting better.
I guess white should respond here, right?
Yeah. Or else the shape gets bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just trying to think why that exchange was bad if black's going to get Sente anyway.
Good. So is this black-white exchange good or bad?
I mean, it has to be good for white, surely. I mean, that last white stone has kind of pseudo thickness towards the top side, I guess.
And the black stone is now bumped up against white. So it's not, you know, when you bump into something, you didn't do anything.
Yeah. And also, I guess here, black has the possibility of jumping ahead of white.
Right.
But in the game, black would have to push from behind.
Yeah.
Maybe this move.
Right. So black, in a sense, fixes his mistake and gets to the main move. So that's great that he was able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want to pause here. I went over this position at length with a pro this last year. Black's A position versus white's B position. Now, in the game, I showed him I had a white position and black had the black position. I'm making things up a bit. And he was saying, oh, this is just way better for white. And I'm like, how can you say that? And he said, and we'll bring it back to the game to show a really good example. We'll pause it here. Okay. He said, white shape is very strong. Most noticeably the tiger's mouth, very famous shape because it's good for eyes, it's good for no cuts. Said, and black shape is not strong. I'm like, how can you say that? He says it's full of cuts. I'm like, how can you say that? He says, well, it just is. So, for example, are you going to let me take the corner? No, I'm not going to let you take the corner. You let me have the stones. No, you can't have the stones. Well, so if white pushes, it's Sente. Black can't even Hane. So when it comes time to invade, there's just all the oddity because of the cuts. Well, white doesn't have that issue. I should bring up that position. It was like, it's something I sort of knew, but he clarified it so well. Okay, that was my rambling. We'll get back to the board position here, and you have control.
Okay. Oh yeah, so black played that move. So okay, and then you responded.
There you go.
Okay, so now white has sent a.
Now a question: should white play h13?
I was thinking that.
That's a very common move in this position, and I was ready.
Yeah, I mean, if white plays it, I don't see it being sente. I think black's just gonna take sente.
Yeah.
And black has the stone already at 017, so
Go ahead
there's
and
no
put the white
development
stone
in it.
down that we're talking about so the viewers can see what the position is. This move usually does great things in the center, develops the top, gets ready on the left. It's a whole board, incredibly strong, thick move.
Mm.
But on this board, I can't do anything on the right. I can't do anything on the left. I've got nothing going on in the center. So I was kind of proud of myself that I didn't play it. Now maybe the pro's going to come in the room and go, oh, no, it's the only move. Well, great, but I don't see it. So I didn't play it. And I was proud of myself for not playing it because it really is a common, very big move.
Sure. So everyone's fine. White has sente. As far as I can see, the bottom, sorry, the right is the biggest area. I guess this is also something perhaps to consider.
Except the right's just so noticeably bigger, yeah.
Just bigger. Okay. I mean, the fifth line extension comes to mind. 1, 2. This kind of move. But actually, no, this doesn't make sense because we don't have our 3 options.
Right.
Yeah.
Good catch. Viewers notice. George, put that back and have white step towards black, the 1-step space.
This one?
No, the weak stone, the lonely stone. White R12. This is not, and this is for the viewers, this is not a valid option for health because it's a dead end. If this move had a next valid move, then this one would be valid. That could be confusing, so I'm going to take control and show this. Let's do it like this and put this here. Okay. White, this is a valid step because it has a next step. So it's valid. In the game, it doesn't. It's a dead end. So it's not valid. This is a definition of valid steps for health. So this white move does not have 3 options for health. It can go to the side, it can go to the center. It cannot go to this side. Dead end. Okay, that's for someone that can be really helpful. Hopefully they're the ones watching. Okay, back to you.
If I just go back to that variation. Oh yeah, so I understand you say that this has a valid next step, but is this move in itself valid? Because of course, usually we want to extend 2 space from our single stone.
Yeah, they did cross my mind, but notice. So yeah, I've discovered actually just this last year that this is a great move. I never would consider it before, but I've noticed that some 9-dons going, yeah, I just play here. And notice it has a very nice next move to help with health.
Sure.
If you play the regular 2-step, all of a sudden there's uncomfortable aji. The 1-step, no bad aji. So if we were in trouble, sure, that's a great way to play. So now we see black's move. What do you think of it?
I mean, yeah, a very small step. I don't like it. I mean, I think we could even think about this kind of move if we wanted to play play on in the bottom. You could think of this kind of move. So I don't like the fact that we're just giving the chance to white just to seal off that area, even though I don't think it's the biggest part of the board to play now. I don't think. So I think it's far from a pass, but it's getting up there. I think it's not a good move.
Okay. Now, I haven't checked it with AI. I think it's a great move. So let's check out, play a move that you think is better.
Mm.
And we'll see if I can bring my point out.
This came to mind, but I'm
Okay.
not sure about it.
Let's play, gosh, lots of options here. I'm willing to do and let's start with white N3.
I imagine this is very vulgar, but this, yeah, I'm not sure.
It's your move.
I don't know.
Can't get home.
Yeah.
Weak stone.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, try again somewhere else. The one point I want to bring out is that white N3 is sente and finishes a wonderful strong double wing in sente. So I think I think white N3 might be game winning. It's so big. So I think his move is, am I going to respond to it? He gets it in sente? I wouldn't. It really gives his position, because he has some Aji down there that I'd like to hurt. But his move, I think, allows his area to grow. It supports it. So I think it's a great move. Granted, it looks very small.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So it's certainly a point of interest, but I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, as white, I don't think I would respond here.
Yeah.
The left is the most open, I guess, but it seems to be quite a kind of a closed board in a way now. There's not much more to be done, I guess.
So before we actually look at the next move, get your ABC markers out. There's size, and then, but we're looking for a big move that does something else. So it's a two-purpose move. Can you find two-purpose moves? Big and something else.
This comes to mind.
Big and
it's starting to open up through 3.
Starting to make some RG in the corner. Yes.
Yeah.
I almost played that one.
Okay. The left.
I can't see a second purpose over there. The left looks big, but double gote. Not quite double gote. There's some size there. So the sister move of A on the other side, R12, closes my skirt and brings up corner Raji. Oh, he got disconnected again. I'm going to take control and talk about it while he's gone. Take control. So big move and starts opening up some corner Raji for life. welcome back. I'm doing some explaining for the viewers.
Ah, cool.
So this is a nice looking move. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the reason I didn't play it is because of my B stone. I don't want to say that my B stone's lonely, but let's say, for instance, black plays here. Well, in my book, that's Sente. What am I going to do? Play here and just let him under? If I come down, he'll just invade. I couldn't think of a next move, even if he just starts coming in. I'm not thrilled. So I thought this move is big like the other one, and it supports my stone, and it's Sente, because black does not want me starting to take a big old chunk. So he must come in, and then I'm in charge of the attack. Do you see my thinking, George?
Yes, and also the top, we're playing, if we played M17, we're playing quite close to our strength, right? We prefer to help our...
We are kind of strong there.
Yeah.
So that a move like this, we just pass.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect us. So it's kind of like, am I going to play near my thickness? No, I'd rather he play near my thickness. So these are all reasons why I played here. Should I be afraid of him coming in? No, I'll be fine. I'll just run away or something. It's not like, whatever I want to do, whatever I choose to do is fine. There's lots of things to do here. So it's not like I'm worried. Something that perhaps I should be worried about is this move. Not that I'm weak. And if I get surrounded, I'll just laugh because I'm already alive. But what do I do about his area? The usual idea is to break him so I don't get surrounded. But he's just naturally building a big area. So if I'm satisfied flattening him, I thought I was satisfied, but I'm not particularly confident. So I don't think I'm afraid of this move, but I am concerned. You understand what I'm saying, George?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So my confidence is not high here, but what would I do? I don't like that. Do I pull it back one? Well, this is still totally playable. It's just a little easier for me. I couldn't find, I'm not about to play here. So I couldn't find a move anyway. So I went ahead and played away. We don't like, and this is mostly for viewers, this sort of thing. Oh, I'll keep the corner. Well, his position just got a lot stronger. And now we imagine this free move. What do? Come down? Well, then that means anything Sente here, which supports, it's just creating problems. So this absolute Gote, sure, I get the points. Probably 5 points in Gote, because if he comes in, I still get most of the corner. So there's a lot of questions here. Anything else you want to say about my move? I'm not at all satisfied with it. It's just the best I could think about.
Yeah, I like it. Could we consider C13, or does that not make any sense for white? Attachments. Something like this.
Just as a question, what am I going to do about the left? Yeah. If I thought the left, if I needed to do something about the left, I don't really see a way black can take it. I'm so strong there that whatever he does, I'll just reduce it or something.
Sure.
It's an interesting position.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, now I'm thinking of to have white come down at A is not it's pretty much Sente, and white will be getting quite a big topside in Sente.
Yes.
So the
That's
first thing I
another
think
reason
of
I
is,
played this move.
Yeah.
Now when I play A, I'm totally, completely saying, oh, 3-3, I'm alive.
Hmm.
So it makes A bigger. I really like that a lot because I want to play A. I just can't do it. It's double gote. But now it's not double gote anymore. It's getting bigger. So I saw so much in this move.
Yeah.
I still feel it's lacking, but I don't know what else to think about it.
Maybe this is not a good idea, but I'm just thinking about this move, because if that somehow solidify the corner, then this might be something to consider.
Yeah, it's just so incredibly slow. I think what black did, coming in on the right, is necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't let white have that big thing. White says, oh, I want this move. I couldn't believe this was like, this is awfully slow. He's saying, well, I'm solidifying the corner. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just so slow.
Yeah. And I guess still this is a powerful move, right? Well, less so, but
Yeah.
still
Now I think you can start to fight in there. I don't know.
maybe pull back one.
So I pulled back, which seemed reasonable.
Yeah.
And then he comes in. Yeah.
I think if I was black, if I was going to invade, I would play closer to the two stones, because I think they're weaker.
Yeah. And third line, if possible, right? More
Yeah.
points, more reduction. Is it possible?
Let's have a look. Do we have our three options? I mean, this is a very nice option.
Uh-huh.
You can jump out. But this is not an option.
Right.
I guess we have like a half option, like here, for example.
Yes. Now, for viewers, this may sound really silly. Pardon me. A little bit of a cold coming on. This really might sound silly, but this idea of if you have three options for health, you are therefore healthy. I came up with this 45 years ago, this idea. I've never heard anyone else do it other than me, but it gets more. Sometimes there's only 2.5 options, not enough. But if you have 2 half options, it's a valid whole option. I can just tell some guys out there going, that's the most ridiculous thing. That's absurd. No, I have found it to be completely valid. And we're about to see there's at least 2 half options here, if not 3 full options. Anyway, I once saw Milan. He used to be the top player on KGS. I saw him enter a black area, amazing amount of black stones, and I personally counted 6 half options for health. And he used every one of the 6 and was perfectly healthy. It was the most amazing thing. I've searched for that game. I can't find it. I've gone over every one of his KGS games. I can't find it. Anyway, so continue.
So I guess
a
half option is an option without a follow-up, right? So
yeah.
this helps us, but it doesn't have like the follow-up. Let me mark it. The follow-up gets blocked. Is that right?
Yeah. So we call it a half option. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think there's more options here.
Yes.
Find it.
So these two will be sharing the same, the same idea, right? So we wouldn't count them both, of course.
Yeah, I think second line is more powerful, and there's a chance since it has a great next move, maybe that's a full option. But there's something else. What running is only one type of option. What are the other options available? One can run. What else can one do?
One can live.
Outright life. That's a pretty good option for health.
Yeah.
What else
Attack.
might one do?
Attack.
Yes. White's 2 stones.
Yeah.
They're not settled. They're a knight's move. They're not connected home. So this stone is healthier than it looks because white's weak too. So
But
we've got
doesn't
at least 2.5 options, if not more.
but isn't attacking white covered in option number 1?
No, that's the funniest thing.
Okay.
Running, that's one option. Well,
Mm.
also, the running bothers him. That's another option. Believe it or not, it comes down to that every time. They're 2 separate things.
Okay, so 1 is an option because we can connect up.
Welcome back. Kind of as long as we can stop any time. We can make it a 2-parter. What would you like?
I called the plumber and he's gonna come between 8 and 10. And I have to go to work.
Okay, perfect.
So,
I'll just have my ears open and
well, I'm gonna make myself a shake, so, and he's gonna text me with the approximate time.
Great.
And
I'll just be available. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. We have a plumber coming, so I might be interrupted. So you're saying 1 is an option
Yeah.
for running. I completely agree. Also, white is weak here, which is an option for our health.
Okay, so are you saying that there's 2 options there, not 1.5?
I'm going to take control to do some marking. I would say that's one option. You with me?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
2 options.
Yep.
3 options.
Okay.
White is weak.
Just the fact that white's weak. Okay.
3.5 options.
Okay.
Now, in area 4, is this a valid option? I don't know how to answer that. It's a real step with a real next step.
Therefore valid, right?
It seems so, except there's something smaller and weaker about it, so it's a definition, part of the definition I haven't never worked out.
Okay.
Because it gets stopped in Sente, which means you're back to your half option, which white just stopped you. It's like somehow not real. But it's at least half an option. That part's clear. So 3.5 options. Pretty healthy stone.
Yeah.
I find that
very
whole thing
interesting.
tickling.
Yeah. Yeah, because of course, white 1 would still be an option if white wasn't weak. I mean, assuming we can connect under, right? Or
Right.
assuming we
Let's
can
put
play
a
that
stone
one.
here. White's not weak. Oh, but this is a real option because we can just keep going.
Yeah.
So 1 is a full-fledged, full move. And
Very
the
nice.
moment we take that away, it becomes a dead end, half an option. That's not much of it. It's only a half. Yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
Okay, so he played here, and I talked to him about it, and he says, okay, and he understood better, yeah. I attacked him, and
This is the first thing that comes to mind is it's a funny relationship between the Q10 stone.
Yeah.
So I would be hesitant to play it.
right. And this is just a great spot to define things. What's our goal here? in my mind, my main goal is defending the A group. I clearly can't surround black. Is black weak? Yeah. Is white weak? Yeah. So the main thing on my mind is getting my A stones healthy. I knew he was coming in.
Yeah.
So when I play here, it makes it, I have just created an option for my B group. Oh, what was that? A is pitifully weak. How can a
Yeah.
pitifully weak group hurt my B group? It can't.
Yeah.
So I have created an option for myself. And this
Yeah.
is an ongoing, it happens all the time. Attack is the best defense. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Now, here he made an excuse, sort of like C. It's like, why'd you play there? I said, well, I couldn't find a way out. I said, well, why didn't you run? And a little smile across his face because it's like he knew what was coming. He knew he was making an excuse. Well, I was cut. I didn't run because you could cut me. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I can cut you. Yep. Oh, you're so cut. Like, yeah, but it's complete success. Total invasion, and white created, white can't do that. So he knew he could run, but it was unclear to him how it would go. Just run. It's easy. Don't run in a small, tiny way, which might work, but let's look at it. So that's not even an eye. And white's still alive in the corner. Maybe now's a good time to do what he's always wanted. But it's just white's getting an awful lot of central stuff, and black's still weak in the future. So yeah, that's possible. But this running is just so easy, just not a problem. Whatever happens, it's very happy. So instead, he went this way and connected out. And granted, that's big. My corner's gone. He got extra points, and I end that. And he went to the big move. Okay, why not go all the way, right?
Mm.
Now, the part that's interesting here for me is the score. Even. Or even black's ahead. That's fascinating. Because how is it even or black ahead if black's made all these mistakes? And I've seen this so many times. So I'm kind of speeding up because this could take another 2 or 3 hours. I think what we're doing is great, but just can get old. So this is a double sente end game. I'm not going to be invading him anymore. He's not going to be invading me. So it's just, I'll take it now. He does not want me coming in his corner. And I thought there's still Aji here. I didn't want him to have it. So I solidified, which might be part of why I'm got a little, I think there's stuff to do here. I think he might live. So I put an end to it. So it's very big and absolute. You're there, George?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. So I played here. Again, I'm not sure it's right, but I thought considering the board position, it was enough. I thought this was a good move. I'm not going to play the regular move because this is getting really big for black. So I played this way. And for viewers, the pattern is he cuts, I kill. He may or may not do the Atari first, but in either case, this is absolute Sente. So he's picked up points on the bottom, and there still may be in-game stuff. So that's the pattern, which he didn't know. He went this way. Again, it's just not big, not important, and I get a better move. But when you start counting, I'm not ahead point-wise, but I am ahead because of all his weaknesses. This is something I marked with him. I thought turning was biggest because black R3, am I going to let him hane? That's just big upon big upon big. And if I turn, which I did, then I have a future too. So I went ahead and turned. He takes that, which the other way would have been bigger. And then here, which was the game-losing one. He's somehow concerned about center. He was lost here. He didn't. So if you look at the board, black's doing fine. Big areas, strong groups. And it's just surprising. And I've come across this with students who play great, but so let's look at why he's behind. So I test for the cut. What are you going to let me cut? He says no. Notice I now have in-game. So he should say no this way, a little bigger. But that being said, I cut. He can't. He's not going to. I've escaped already. So he plays here. I get my Atarian and jump out. So this is a really big reduction. And I'm getting a big aerial 1. And his A-stone, his 2-stone is getting weaker and weaker. So the tables are turning quickly, and before long, he actually makes a mistake, and white wins by a landslide. But before this whole thing starts, before this center move of his, it's really close. Like if he played this way, is that enough? I don't think he can do this. So maybe he needs to play this. It's a close game. I find that fascinating.
Yeah, okay, very well.
Okay, well, we're pretty much at the end of the game, and I've got my plumber coming. So, George, thank you. That was a lot of work for you. Viewers, hopefully you saw some stuff that was interesting. Maybe you learned something. And viewers, again, anytime you want to send comments or have questions, I encourage you to do so. And we do get a lot of comments. Okay, everybody, thanks a lot. Catch you all later.